In the end, the title contest was no contest. Wigan took the trophy for the third year running with 2 games still to play. But as their crushed opponents yesterday, Bradford, know very well, the battle at the other end of the table is wide open. So their eyes and those of half a dozen other clubs will be on Post Office Road today. It's Featherstone against Leeds and the home team fighting for First Division survival. They only have 1 match after this away to Wakefield, so victory here is essential. It's so tight at the bottom that any one of 6 teams could go down with Swinton. Salford and Bradford are each 2 points below Featherstone, but each have Swinton still to play, and Featherstone's is the worst points difference. And if they did sink into Division 2, would their stars abandon ship? Ian Smales, coveted by Leeds, Paul Newlove, in the shop window this summer on Great Britain's tour to Australia. Chris Bibb, one of the game's outstanding fullbacks and a regular try-scorer. Owen Simpson, a snip at 50,000 from Keighley, now worth more with his electric pace. And Derek Fox, Featherstone through and through, but his leadership surely deserves a First Division stage. Every fan here fears that some of those 5 will go if Rovers go down.
They are under contract for next season, and I can tell the Featherstone spectators now, and anybody else that's listening, the players have signed the contracts. They were happy when they signed them. OK, they've got a point to prove, but at the end of the day, I don't think we'll be in the second division anyway.
Alan Agar's team today includes Martin Pearson at stand-off. He was substitute in last week's 34-13 defeat here by Wigan. That frees Ian Smales to wear the number 11 jersey in a pack reshuffled because Leo Casey's injured. Continuing in the hooker's role, 21-year-old Lee Whiteley. Trevor Clark is out for the season with back trouble. There'll be a lot of interest in John Gallagher's performance for Leeds here. After almost a whole season out of favour, he plays at full-back today on merit. The regular first choice, Morvin Edwards, once again occupies a centre position, so the only change in the Leeds line-up sees Vince Fawcett promoted from substitute after last week's 13-4 win at Hull KR in place of John Bentley. Gary Devorty plays against the team he refused to join in a proposed swap with Ian Smales. Coming later, how Wigan swept to the Championship, plus Sheffield's attempt to regain a First Division spot. And we analyse the relegation struggle, which Featherstone hope they can escape from in the next 80 minutes. Here are David Watkins and John Hell.
Thanks, Nick. Well, let's not forget, of course, if Featherstone do win today and Salford lose, Featherstone Rovers will be guaranteed First Division football again next season. Featherstone coming up the hill in the first half. David, where do you think the key issue is going to be in this game?
Certainly at half-back, John. One elated, one disappointed player. Today's game gives either the point to make their respective one.
That point being that Derek Fox is not going on the tour, Bobby Goulding is, and that's perhaps the most controversial decision in Malcolm Reilly's squad. Here is Fox for the first time in the game, and the kick is charged down as well. It's landed eventually in the hands of Ikram Butt, and that could have been very dangerous indeed to Featherstone Rovers. If that had fallen in Leeds' hands, you'd have fancied them for an early score.
Yes, they have the advantage of coming down. The wind is a bit of a cross-field wind anyway, so it isn't really of an advantage to either side, I don't think. So really it is the slope is the only advantage either side will have in this first half.
Featherstone were disappointed to lose at Headingley in a high-scoring game earlier in the season. They've put the ball down, and this is going to give Leeds the chance to run it in. Carl Gibson found a gap there because Martin Pearson had just sidestepped off on his right foot. Maskell swings it the other way. Schofield's involved. The four more play the balls, and driving up this time is Steve Malloy, the former Warrington prop forward. Goulding, the longer ball is a good one and got Dixon moving, but an excellent tackle there. Really good tackle with Andy Fisher. Goulding, a shorter ball, Schofield, Innes. He's already proved he's a very durable sort of a player, very strong, and this is the last tackle. Maybe a Schofield drop goal attempt. It is. And in fact, he's hoisting it, he fooled everybody there. Dangerous ball, but well taken by Chris Bibb for Featherstone Rovers, who comes up the middle. Good start, and a confident start by the Featherstone fullback.
It is a good start. It's also a positive start by Leeds as well. Their handling was very safe and secure there, although it must be said as well that Featherstone's defence held up well.
Rose, and gets it away well for Smiles, and here's a rampaging run from the second row man. Goulding's come across, he got the inside ball away to Paul Newlove. Really good running from Ian Smales, coming up the hill, and here come Featherstone with Terry Manning looking dangerous. Fox couldn't hold on to it, Burton can, but the ball was knocked on, and Featherstone's first chance has gone. The lively work featuring Ian Smales.
Well, that was a superb run of his then, actually. He broke the defence completely. Let's just take a look at it, because Smales does come onto this ball at speed, and he brings the inside pass inside, but it was ill-directed as it happened, because the defence had the man covered, and Newlove hadn't a chance.
Definitely out on the lead side this time, and there looks to be a bit of space, but Schofield and Edwards trying to work things in. Gallagher comes into the line well, and has timed the ball out here to Schofield to keep the momentum going down the left. And a penalty will be given against Ikram Butt here. Schofield certainly is going to be spoken to, and he's complaining bitterly to the referee.
Well, it certainly isn't very often that he's involved in something of this nature, and he's rather perturbed and annoyed about it, to say the least. Let's just take it again. He came across the line after taking this ball off Gallagher. He was pushed out sideways by Chris Pibb, but he did evade the tackle. It was here that Butt comes in after nearly running into his own player. Then the other man came in, and look, it looks as if one or two punches were thrown, really, as he was being put to the floor.
And it's Schofield who goes off the field. I think it's for 10 minutes.
We remember last time as well, when Schofield did come off against Wigan, they lost their way a little bit to Leeds, and let's see if they've learned lessons from that.
Pearson roars into a gap created by Tuta, falls to Gallagher's tackle. Featherstone is certainly running with some purpose, and here goes Newlove again. Hanley stopped him, but Lee Whiteley, this 21-year-old hooker, came up into the line, but the pass, I think, was forward. And on the Leeds bench, I'm sure there are moments for concern, and Gary Schofield sitting next to Dougie Lawton. I wonder if he'll rue that 10 minutes.
That was interesting then, because when Derek Fox made the break from the scrum, Hanley's at stand-off half, there was no loose forward.
Great ball inside that time from Manning, and Smales wants to get past Gallagher. He's gone about 50 yards as Ian Smales. The fullback's tackle strong, and that's the third time that Featherstone have made this sort of a break. Newlove, and he's got Simpson outside him, and Newlove, he's there. Paul Newlove's got the first try of the afternoon for Featherstone Rovers.
The defence has been caught out. Leeds are now struggling. Newlove takes the ball and makes a break toward the line. He's caught by two defenders, but just makes it.
Well, despite all the Leeds pressure, Featherstone a good value for that try, because they've run with terrific purpose so far.
Yes, they have. They've moved the ball well, they've run strongly, and of course they are now Leeds down to 12 men. They've taken advantage of the gaps that have appeared in the defence.
No goal to go with the try, but it's Featherstone Rovers 4, Leeds 0.
Smales is now taking advantage of the 12-man lead defence. He takes Gallagher on the outside, but Gallagher does pull him down. It's now a quick play of the ball. Newlove takes it. He catches the defence out and worms his way over.
Fawcett, he's very strong, and he's got Hanley moving another 3 or 4 yards. Of course, the point is, David, that Featherstone got their try whilst Gary Schofield was in the sin bin.
Well, that's right, and if you notice the first scrum just after that, Hanley went to stand off half. A gap was created in the middle. Fox took advantage of that. It was really tightening up that gap after that the gaps appeared for Smales to make his run and Newlove to score his try.
This is going to be a Leeds penalty awarded against Tuta. And it's Gallagher, the former All Black, who is asked to find a touch. Leeds do have many kickers in the ranks, of course. Simon Irving out of the side today. He's not found a touch, though, Gallagher, this time. That will disappoint him when Simpson steps away beautifully. What a run by Owen Simpson. And if he'd have gone left then instead of right, who knows, he might still have been describing a try.
That means he's back to where the kick was from. You have to make sure the ball goes into touch. That's a lesson every rugby league player has to be taught from the start.
All the same, a tremendous relieving run from Owen Simpson, David, and I heard his name mentioned in some quarters as a potential tourist.
Well, they certainly are playing really well, Featherstone. You wouldn't certainly think on this sort of form that they would be relegation candidates for so long. They do leave things wrong because we've seen them play some marvellous games, and they do have some really good players.
They're on the attack again with Manning. Good tackle by Cavill-Hugh. The last tackle this time, so it's Fox. Again, he'll kick. It's one to chase. Gallagher's underneath it and has taken it calmly and has the penalty awarded for him as well. I think he looks disappointed. He rather fancied a trot up the middle then. He certainly looked confident enough under that ball.
He certainly did. He caught it well and moved away straight away, creating a gap.
But for the second time, Leeds failed to find a touch. And that's a bad part of the game.
Well, you can't afford to do that, and not a side of Leeds calibre. You must make sure the ball goes into touch. 10 yards, it doesn't really matter. You still have 6 play the balls.
Rose got it away for Newlove, held up by Paul Dixon. No, he's not held up at all. Newlove, they let him go there, and that was astonishingly bad defending. He really seemed to have been held in the tackle, and this has given Featherstone the platform once more. And they've got a penalty for offside. And Derek Fox elects for a kick at goal. Sensibly, it could make it 6-0. And that's a good commanding start for Featherstone Rovers. The penalty goal to go with Newlove's try earlier, 6 points to 0. And all this has occurred while Gary Schofield has been in the sin bin. That might be a lesson. Rose. You see how they're knocking off the tacklers and getting the ball away almost every time. Certainly question marks against some of the Leeds tackling. Fox will kick, and that's another good kick. He's found his touch. Schofield wants to get back into the fray. Featherstone's tackling good enough on Innes. Back comes Schofield. The side's 6 points worse off than when he went off. Malloy took the ball from Hanley. Schofield's back in it now, all right, and he's got Dixon moving up the middle. Paul Dixon, he can canter. It's a good break, is this, from Dixon. Gallagher had just run ahead of him. Gibson was on his outside, and now Chris Bibbs stayed down injured. This is going to spread eagle Featherstone. Goulding. The long ball, surely they'll catch them out here. Hamley, Innes, in on the left wing, Edwards, he's in! The eagle-eyed touch judge spotted that literally his big toe went over the line.
Well, this was a moving line because the ball came either side. Schofield got involved as well. The ball was moved out very, very quickly. They took advantage of the defence now being thin on the outside here. Look, it's nearly 4-2. 4-2 it is. The ball goes to Edwards. Edwards there steps into touch as for everyone else to see.
Back live here, Leeds still in the ascendancy. Coming forward is Gallagher. Runs into a two-man wall, gets away from it as well. Still Gallagher. This is good stuff from Leeds, and Schofield is chipped ahead and was taken out of it, and that's a penalty against Featherstone Rovers. Quite rightly, Schofield inducing the indiscretion with that little chip ahead.
Well, he's certainly come back on with a vengeance. He's now at the heart of things straight away. He takes this one here. Now this is a change in tactic. He wasn't going to move it out wide. He put it over the top. It was vulnerable, although someone did pick it up at the back end. But Schofield was taken out of the game.
Chris Bibb looks very badly injured. He's extremely groggy. It's after that run forward by Gallagher, I think. And it's Gallagher now who has the chance to give Leeds their first points of the afternoon. A slightly angled kick, but from no more than 15 yards out. He's got Leeds on the board. It's Leeds 2, Featherstone 6. So the substitute on for Featherstone Rovers is Tim Sharp. Dangerous ball, Pearson couldn't take it, and that gives Leeds an opportunity, but to his credit, Pearson did make the tackle on Malloy there. Malloy again. Goulding, and sleight of hand between Schofield and Goulding has set up an opportunity now, and Hanley, he might get in here. He's got Innes in, and Craig Innes, the New Zealand All Black, gets only his second try for the club, the first of the day for Leeds.
Two pieces of magic by Ellery Hanley. The one before this didn't result in a score. This one certainly does when he collects this ball on the burst. Just watch him take it and streak through the gap. Now the defence all comes into him. He draws the defence to him. Innes on his outside, and that's a great try.
One that's going to do Craig Innes the world of good. His only previous try came in a defeat at St Helens. All he will ask now is for Gallagher to convert it. That he does, and Leeds are in the lead for the first time. 8-6.
Well, they say about taking the ball on the burst. This is just it, because look what happens. You can't tackle him up. He draws the defence. That means Pearson had to take him. Innes there up on his outside, takes the pass and crosses.
And Chris Bibb returns with Sharp going off again. Well, a bruising run from Rose, but the ball has gone to ground, and the referee is right here that it is a knock-on, and we'll have a scrum. And Leeds will have the chance to put it in, and one last opportunity perhaps in the half to add to their tally. But they've got a penalty. There's a shout of who's reffing the game from below me. Oh, I thought it was Mr. Stuart Cummings of Widnes. Some of the crowd think otherwise. What a chance this is for Leeds. Maskell to Malloy. The first man up held 5 yards out. It's a critical moment in the game as Schofield spins and tries to work his way over. Too many tacklers for him. I say critical because another Leeds score would give them heart here for the second half, when they'll be coming up the hill. It's Goulding, and Devote is lost. Oh, but it's not forward. But a penalty's been given to Featherstone anyway. That was a strange sequence of events.
It certainly was. Punching the ball forward then was quite incredible. Let's just watch this all over. It was Leeds on the attack here. Goulding was trying to make a gap, brings the ball inside the Devote, he goes up in the air. Now the ball is pushed back by him and then seemingly punched.
It's half-time at Post Office Road, and a pretty good first half as well, although only one try apiece in it. But critically, Gary Schofield went off for 10 minutes into the sin bin after an altercation with...
Made it so far.
Well, it's been a tough game. Leeds have missed a lot of chances. They could have been further in front, had a bit more steadier finishing. But Featherstone coming down the slope in the second half, I'm sure will get back into this game.
What's it like watching a match that's so vital to you?
Yeah, the result to be very interesting for us today, yeah. But we know now to win his last 2 games, so we know what we've got to do. And I don't know whether Leeds will do us any favours.
David, thanks very much indeed. Let's see what happens in the second half with John.
No, I don't know either, really. It's a very hard game to predict this, but that's what makes it fascinating. As Featherstone will restart and come down the hill from the boot of Fox. And the two sides are as they were at the start of play, although we've had a couple of substitutions. At the moment it's the original 13s, and the statistics of the first half, well, Leeds are hammering Featherstone in the scrums. They've taken them 8-3, and Colin Maskell also did win one against the head. The penalty count equals 6 apiece, and the errors that have been made, well, Featherstone have made 3 more than Leeds so far. And we will, of course, have a full-time check on those statistics too. Gallagher's kick charged down. In fact, it's landed straight into Paul Newlove's hands, and he's got Simpson on the outside, and a good tackle by Gallagher to make sure that Simpson went into touch after his kick.
Well, really, that was a bit of bad work then. You know, it would have been better if he thought they were that near to have hung on to the ball. Quite coincidental, because Derek Fox started the first half doing just that. Let's just look at this, because once he's caught the ball, Newlove, now he makes rapid strides down, and Owen Simpson tries to go on Gallagher's outside, and he must have thought, gosh, I got him anyway.
Goulding, he missed out Dixon and brought on Hugh instead. Coming up now is Dixon. That rampaging style of his, he looks eager to get on the try sheet, as he always does. Now it's Goulding and Schofield together once more. Two men who are going on tour. Here's Gallagher, the reverse ball inside for Morvin Edwards. Good start to the second half from Leeds, who were lifted by their victory at Hull KR last week. Even if they didn't play very well there, they did win the match, which was something they badly needed. Schofield, and here's danger, and John Bentley will score! John Bentley is in for Leeds, and it's his 19th of the season.
They couldn't have had a better start. The ball is moved out wide again, and this is something that Leeds have done all afternoon. They played expansive stuff. Bentley breaks what has been weak tackling most of the day and scores.
Well, I wonder if a bit of man management might have come into play here. Dougie Lawton leaving John Bentley on the bench and saying, come on, do it for us today, and Bentley's responded in the perfect way. Gallagher, sort of round the corner style. It's looking very good. It's got the legs. It's over the crossbar, through the middle, and 2 more points for Leeds. And the best of his 3 conversions.
Leeds' strength is to move the ball wide, and this they certainly do through Goulding and then Schofield. But it's Bentley's run onto the ball at speed takes him through the defence and over for the try.
Here's Pearson. Going to be a very vital game, this. Featherstone have just 1 fixture after today, and it's away to Wakefield Trinity next Monday. Here's Gary Rose. This one's not over by a long shot. It's 14-6. Featherstone are trailing. They're on the attack. Fox burrowing away through. He scored in both games against Leeds last season. They need a try now. Oh, no, the referee shakes his head. Not more than a foot or so out widely, and a penalty given to Featherstone Rovers here, and Featherstone are going to run it. Now it's Tutar. Gallagher's got him. He just wanted to get that ball away, and Gary Rose would have stormed over the line. He's had the ball knocked out of his hands. Referee awards a second penalty. Sort of thing we've seen with Wigan so often, this, conceding penalties very close to their own line. And this time, Derek Fox says he's going to tack on the 2 points. All points important now in the finale to the season. And Derek Fox should pick up 2 more for Featherstone Rovers here. He does. Featherstone's first points of the half make it 14-8.
Well, this was really touch and go, because he wriggles his way here. You can see how close he was to that try line, but the referee ruled he wasn't over.
Fisher, planned move. Fox to Tutar. Leeds closed down on them. 6 points in front, Leeds, but Featherstone very much on the attack. Well, Burton's worked very hard in the front row. He's an eager runner. And now it's Fox, so again Leeds are well covered over on that side, so there's no way for Tutar, but Newlove might. Oh, what a try! Paul Newlove, that was pure brute strength.
I I thought the Leeds defence was holding very well. They were tackling superbly. But this ball by Paul Lulap, when he takes it on Tudor, is really on the burst. Look at that. He breaks out of the tackle and really headlines himself over the line.
That's a Great Britain type try. That's the sort of thing that Malcolm Reilly will be looking for in Australia. He's a very, very strong lad, and his second try of the afternoon brings him up to 28 for the season. Right on the right-hand side of your picture, Derek Fox. There's a big roar. That is wide. Terrific stuff. And Fox has tagged on the goal to go with Newlove try. We're back all square.
Short, quick and simple. Tudor makes the break. Newland takes it on the burst. The defence is caught because of the strong run-in of the boy, and he knocks Gallagher out of the way to score.
Oh, Rose did well there. He was on the ground and got it away, but yeah, just well enough actually, because Hanley got his hands on it first and couldn't hold it. So Manning and Tutor now. Longer ball for Owen Simpson, who's had a couple of tilts, but one in particular in the first half. It's Featherstone 14, Leeds 14. A grandstand finish to the season here. This is the last game, of course, at Post Office Road this season in the Championship. Fisher, and now Pearson. That was important, but Manning has come, and Manning's got Bibb moving. Manning and Bibb combining well, and now Ikram Butt. Manning involved the second time. Still Terry Manning. He's 3-4 yards out. Held up. Fox, can he get over? No, but they keep it alive. But it's knocked up in the air, and Hanley accepts it. But so close, Featherstone.
This movement sees the ball go through many pairs of hands. The game is about running, changing direction, and being able to offload the ball when you're tackled. Bibb changes direction, is caught by two tacklers. He offloads it. The ball is now moved to the right. But Manning sees that the defence is stronger there and moves to go toward the post. He's brought down by 3 Leeds defenders, but is still able to offload the ball to Derek Fox. Fox sees them all lining up and puts the ball on his outside. But Butt's misdirected pass goes astray and the opportunity is lost.
Bentley considered by many unlucky not to be going on the tour. He's played once for Great Britain this season and scored. What's Goulding doing with this one? He's got Devorty moving, and Devorty's into the 25. Schofield's with him. Hanley looking to spread eagle and Goulding, and if it's picked up by Leeds, they should score. No, Gallagher's the latest to get his hands on the ball. 6 more tackles. It looked certain that Leeds would score there when Goulding was going towards the Featherstone line. Paul Dixon.
Well, there's been so much good in this game, really. Some of the passing has really been enterprising. The runs have been good. The tackling has been probably a little poor on both sides.
But great value for money, that is for sure. 4 more tackles to come. Leeds looking for the next score of the match, and Hanley! Who's going to stop him?
Well, Leeds had tried. Their last passing movement went through 4 or 5 pairs of hands. A fine delivered pass by him, and Schofield puts Hanley through the gap with the defence hanging on.
And I'm sure that Dougie Lawton is delighted that Gary Schofield and Ellery Hanley combined, captain and vice-captain of Great Britain there, to restore Leeds' lead at 18-14. John Gallagher looks a very confident goal kicker. And I'm glad I didn't put the mockers on him from his point of view there. He's kicked 4 out of 4 today, and he's had a good record as a goal kicker since he's come into the side.
Leeds have depended on Hanley and Schofield, and these two set it all up again. Fine pass, strong run in, strength takes him over.
Devorty, he's had his moments in the match. He almost became a Featherstone player. Gallagher streaks up the middle, taking it on from Hanley. Gallagher, who's had to sit out the majority of this season playing 18 football, looks happily restored to the side now. Bentley makes another 10 yards. And on the last tackle, perhaps Golding or Schofield will kick. In fact, Maskill takes it on, and then it struck a Featherstone man. And as a result of all that, the referee will give a scrum. And the Leeds put in. This might set them up once more. They have it. Now, if they get the next score, Leeds, well, Featherstone will be in deep trouble, and Schofield's got a bit of room to work with this time. Bentley's put it down. Newland might exploit this. He's got Gallagher to take on. Important for Gallagher to take him. Newland lobs it back inside. Featherstone might still score here. Gallagher served his side well that time. What a vital tackle on Newland. He was almost there. He got to within about 8 yards. Well, if Featherstone score now, we are in for a terrific climax to the match. They trail by 6 points. Fox for Price. Fox once more, trying to stretch Leeds this time, and they'll get the longer ball out for Ikram, but Fawcett nails him. Good tackle, Fawcett on Butt. They used to play together in the Leeds A team, very much adversaries today.
Let's just watch this now. The loose ball goes down here. Bentley couldn't hold it. Newland picks it up and streaks away down the touchline. Craig Innes goes after him. Gallagher matches him yard for yard. A superb tackle. A try-saving one at that.
Yes, Newland looked on for a hat-trick then. .12 minutes to go. The news is that Salford have beaten Hull Kingston Rovers, so victory for Featherstone even more imperative. And Bradford Northern will be quaking as well after their heavy defeat against Wigan yesterday. And it's certainly all building up towards an interesting finish on Easter Monday when Featherstone go to Wakefield, Bradford go to Hull Kingston Rovers. Gary Rose just can't squeeze the pass out this time in Innes' tackle. Fox and Manning, good ball from him. Chris Burton eluded Hanley. Which way is he going to go? It's back inside for Newland again. Now Chris Burton, Simpson to use his pace on the left wing. Simpson in field, held up again in the tackle, and it's the 5th one of that. Fox, he thinks of the kick. It's hoisted. Who's going to get it? The referee's given it! A Featherstone try! It's Ian Smales. Of all people.
Well, it's end-to-end stuff. The excitement every spectator looks for when he watches a game of rugby league. But this was another inventive kick, wasn't it? Just look how this hangs in the air. It comes down, it bobs around, and Smales strikes.
Well, I said Ian Smales, of all people, because it's only 2 weeks ago that he very nearly became a Leeds player. Fox has kicked some really crucial goals this season. He's kicked 107 before this. That's number 108. And I don't think there's been a more important one, because it means it's Featherstone Rovers 20, Leeds 20.
Well, Derek Fox, master technician. Just watch this now. The ball bobbles about here. Everybody goes for it. It comes up loose, and Smale sees it and snatches the try.
Whiteley to Smales, the scorer of the last try. Takes 2 to haul him down. Manning again looks to burst up the middle. No, some of the crowd thought it was a bad tackle. I don't think it was. The referee has said play on here as the play restarted. It's Smales. Last tackle. Watch for the Fox drop goal. This could be it. Has he got the space? He hasn't. He's kicked to the corner. I think he's going to go dead.
Well, the Leeds defence knew exactly what was on there, because as soon as Fox had it, they moved up on him in an avalanche of players to stop him getting that drop kick. He could only chip it over the top, and that went dead.
Bentley. I don't think anybody in the ground was more relieved than Bobby Goulding either. It was his mistake that had given Featherstone their chance. 3 minutes to go. Morgan Edwards. Great running from him. It's opened up a position. Innes has got away from Fisher, and Innes goes to within 5 yards of the 25. He'll give the ball to Hanley at the play of the ball. Hanley along the line, Schofield, Goulding, Gallagher's come up into it as well. Sean Wayne. That's Leeds' turn to go for the drop goal. Schofield, he'll chip it, and it might still be a tricky one for Fox to take. He fumbles it behind his own line. He didn't need to touch the ball.
Well, that certainly was a mistake, but I think the pressure under then, he knew that perhaps he had to catch it and run it straight back out, when really he should have let it go dead.
Bentley will run at Featherstone now. He'll straighten up. He's such a good runner. The tackle by Fisher and Manning effective. Wayne. 90 seconds left. Such an exciting tussle. Schofield for Hugh. Nearly lost the ball in that tackle, but he didn't. That was the important thing, and Goulding takes it on, and they're trying to open up for Featherstone Rovers. Edwards coming in field. They just tapped his ankle, and the ball is fallen on, but it was a knock forward, and to Featherstone's relief, it'll be a scrum.
No one has moved in this crowd.
Oh, absolutely not. Least of all us, David. You can't take your eyes off this game, and Featherstone have got the penalty they needed in the very last minute. Smales again. How valuable that try of his might well be. It could preserve First Division status for Featherstone Rovers. Or can they get a winner now? Fox has gone for the drop. Derek Fox has done it! What a kick! And hats go in the air down beneath me. And Derek Fox, I think, has stolen victory for Featherstone Rovers. Virtually on the hooter. It's 21-20.
Well, he did it a long way out. He gave himself time. He swung that trusty boot, and just look at that. No doubts where it was going. Straight between and over the top.
We've called him the master, and his timing was impeccable.
Well, he's had a point to prove. Bobby Goulding has got his place to go on the Australian tour, and he really has been a master performer this afternoon.
Bibb just made sure of catching the ball.
It's important now that they have to, if they want to win it, to hold on for their sixth play of the ball. Then it's got to be Fox to kick as far downfield as he can to keep Leeds away from their try line.
That's it. And a famous victory. The crowd is on the field here to salute Featherstone Rovers. It's a win for them on the day, and the players mob Derek Fox. What a saviour. Salford have won, Featherstone won. All the pressure now is on Bradford Northern to stay in Division 1. But this day, despite Hanley's efforts for Leeds in the second half, has gone to Featherstone Rovers.
You've been looking for the drop goal for 5 minutes and it came right.
I think it was just really, I kicked it in hope really. That was the last chance we got, so just bang it over. And just thought now that's everything sorted out this year.
Did you feel a little bit of a point to prove today?
No, not really, because I was a bit upset I didn't get picked. But I think I had nothing to prove today, and I just went out there and get both to the bound in the first division.
I think they like him. Well, we've got our breath back now. What a game, a memorable match. 21-20 for Featherstone Rovers. Both sides scored 3 tries. Newliffe 2 and Smales 1 for Featherstone. Fox those 4 goals in that, well, vital drop goal as well. For Leeds, tries from Innes, Bentley and Hanley. There were 4 goals from John Gallagher. David, what are your memories?
Well, Leeds missed opportunities, especially in the first half, perhaps cost them the game. But it was a game of great running, excellent tries, but will be remembered by Fox's performance and, of course, that wonderful drop goal to win the game.
Obviously, a lot of lads are disappointed with the game today. We thought we did enough at times, and just a few defensive lapses out wide, and they're back in it. And players of Fox's calibre, that comes down to the last few minutes, you've always got to be aware of him popping over the drop goal, as he did today.
Was it very much in your mind that 2 weeks ago you could have joined Leeds?
No, I put that out in my mind completely. Like, I'm still playing for Featherstone, like, so I go out there and play my heart and soul for Featherstone. If I was somewhere else, which I'm not, I'd do the same for any club. I love game, I play for the game, so I'll do my best with everyone playing.
It's nice, you know, it's nice to get involved with the supporters and we're the people who, you know, so to say, pay our wages in the club. And hopefully we'll stay in the first division now.
Do you think you're in the first division now again next season?
Well, you don't like to count your chickens early, and I think, to be sure, we need to win at Wakefield, but I think we're a step nearer now.
Well, very disappointed. I'd like to have come back on a winning note. I think personally I didn't do too bad myself, but as a team performance it was not very impressive.
This is the match analysis. Leeds had a distinct pull in the scrums, taking them 11-6. Hooker Colin Maskell also achieving that rare event of taking 1 against the head. The penalty count was close. Referee Cummings awarding 10 against Rovers. Leeds made 12 infringements. The error tally was even closer. Featherstone making 14 mistakes, Leeds 13.
John Devereux celebrates his tour selection with 4 tries and 5 goals. Widnes inflict Hull's 3rd defeat in 4 games. 2 tries from Greg Austin help Halifax close to safety with victory over Castleford. Andy Burgess is Salford's man of the match as they beat Hulkingston Rovers to improve their survival chances. And Swinton's Steve Snape comes out of the sin bin to join a mass brawl and is then sent off along with Gary Spencer of Wakefield. All this taking the gloss off Andy Mason's hat-trick, which helped Wakefield past 40 points. Well, now your chance to see some of Wigan's best moments as they clinched their 3rd successive championship against Bradford at Central Park. Commentator Clive Tilson.
Andy Gregory. He's found a gap, he's got support, and guess who it is? It's Sean Edwards, all the way inside 3 minutes for his 32nd try of the season. They've started. Dennis Betts, Martin O'Fire, they're going to run in a cricket score again. And Martin O'Fire, 5 in the semi-final, gets his first of the afternoon. 2 tries in the first 5 minutes. It's men against boys. Edwards, McGinty, always capable of making a break, kept alive by Miles. O'Fire into the hands of O'Donnell, and here goes Edwards again, and that is brilliant rugby football. O'Donnell to Gregory, Edwards, Gregory, they're queuing up, it's Dennis Betts, breaking tackles, Gene Miles in support, Sean Edwards, hat-trick in 18 minutes for Sean Edwards. That's a nice ball from Summers. But Itty has Bell all over him. He's shaking him off. And this is a good run by Brett Itty. And he's got support from Fairbank inside of him. He's gone outside, and Henderson Gill is in. His momentum got in there. Hobbs, Fairbank. Now he broke the tackle there, and he's got good support this time from Neil Summers, but he's got none at all. He's going to have to go all the way himself. He might just do that. Good try, Neil Summers. Gregory. Beautifully delivered for Bell. Dean Bell stretching out. Sean Edwards is poaching again. Here he goes. It's a rerun of the first 20 minutes. 4 for the afternoon for Sean Edwards. Martin O'Fire breaking clear and going past Wilkinson as if he wasn't there. High stepping his way to another score. The master showman. Sean Edwards. Dean Bell. Good break by Bell. Support from Sam Panifer if he needs it. Bell's going to go all the way. It's the captain's try to round off the big day. The man who will collect the trophy rattles up 50 points for Wigan. Dean Bell, the captain. They're the best of British again, and probably the best in the world.
So too a check on today's results. Featherstone 21, Leeds 20. Halifax 24, Castleford 8. Hull 20, Widnes 36. Salford 22, Parkinson Rovers 10. Wakefield 44, Swinton 8. Wigan confirmed as champions by at least 2 clear points. St Helens certain to be second, with Castleford, Warrington and Leeds contesting third place. The bottom is far less cut and dried. Bradford must still be favourites to join Swinton in Division 2, but if they win their last 2, Hull, Salford and even Featherstone, with the worst points difference of the 4, are all in danger. Halifax would have to lose both their Easter games with Leeds very heavily to have a chance of being sucked back into trouble. So here's the programme facing the 4 teams in serious danger of finishing in the remaining relegation spot. Featherstone will be safe if they get a point at Wakefield. If not, Salford can overtake them by winning at Swinton. Hull will be in trouble if they get nothing from 2 tricky-looking games. Bradford almost certainly have to win their last 2 to have any chance. In Division 2, Sheffield took on London Crusaders at the Don Valley, knowing victory would guarantee a return to Division 1.
There isn't such a thing as a bad try, but Sheffield's first would hardly win an award for artistic merit. Even scorer Richard Price looks slightly bemused. Mark Aston, who'd already landed 3 penalties, made it 12-0 with the conversion. Sheffield's second and Price's second, more conventional. Cook and Aston setting him up close enough for Aston's 5th goal, 18-0 at the interval. Promotion was already assured with the most flowing moves so far. Sleight of hand from Hughie Woodale, Keith Mumby and Carlton Farrell getting London on the hop and affording Richard Pixley the chance to show his pace on the outside. More points to come soon afterwards, with David Maiko timing his run into the line to perfection to take Aston's pass and go all the way to the running track. It was turning into a romp now, and Aston and Price were very much the architects. This time they set up the former Castleford wingman David Plange, perhaps the best try of the game. There was only one blemish on the Eagles' performance, and it came really with a bit of apathetic defending, enabling the Crusaders to get on the try sheet. Gary Burney, the scorer, nobody seemed too bothered to stop him. But this was the day the Eagles landed back in the First Division, and when this kick bounced kindly for them, Plange scattered the London ranks to set up a final try for Charlie McAllister, courtesy of some woeful tackling, it's got to be said. Aston's goal made it 38-4 and was the icing on the cake for manager Gary Hetherington.
So we treated today very much as a semi-final. We had to win today to give us a chance of winning the championship next week. But very pleased with the performance, a very strong defence, and we scored some good tries as well. So we were pleased with today's win, and having secured promotion, we're now looking forward to lifting the championship trophy here at the Don Valley Stadium next Sunday.
And up in Cumbria, 5-goal John Woods is man of the match in Lee's victory at Workington that takes them to the threshold of promotion. The results: Carlisle 20, Rochdale 8. Rydale York 18, Oldham 26. Sheffield 38, London Crusaders 4. Workington 8, Lee 34. So victory in Sheffield's final game at home to Rydale York will bring them the title, while Oldham would need scoring miracles against both Lee and Rochdale to deny Lee promotion. Now the third division: Barrow 38, Keighley 2. Dewsbury 6, Huddersfield 15. Doncaster 20, Hunslet 4. Scarborough 14, Highfield 18. Trafford 12, Batley 58. Whitehaven 80, Nottingham 6. There's the confirmation that Huddersfield are champions, Bramley will be second, and Dewsbury will overtake Batley again to finish third if they win or draw their final match at Hunslet. There's a scrum-down double bill over Easter. On Good Friday at midnight, it's the Humberside Derby, Hull desperate for points against Hull KR. And we're back at 10:45 on Easter Monday to cover to the bitter end the relegation battle, which, as Featherstone proved today, can be just as thrilling as a race for the title. Good night.
Scumdown and Stones Bitter, bringing you the